Murphy.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Tamara Murphy, and it's my honor and pleasure to serve as the presiding officer for today's retirement ceremony. Today we celebrate the long and distinguished Air Force career of someone we all know and admire, Master Sergeant Marty Davis. Most of you know him as Sergeant Davis, as Marty, or maybe as that football fanatic who roots for his beloved Nebraska Cornhuskers. But I know him as my little brother. I think my 17-minute speech is going to go long.
That's okay. Yes.
Who has been there pretty much my whole life and who I love very much. So it's with much love and deep respect that I'm here with you today, not just to celebrate his career, but also to share a few stories. Before we begin, I'd like to welcome our distinguished guests, Major Mix, Lieutenant Elliott, Chief Gooding, Senior Archuleta, Ivy, Mom, Gib, Zach, and Kayla. Unfortunately, our dad and sister were unable to be here with us today. Thank you for joining us to celebrate Marty's career and to help kick off the next chapter in Marty and Ivy's life together. For those who may not know, I'm an active duty OSI agent with 19 years service. My expertise is in skills such as searching crime scenes, conducting surveillance operations, and more recently, authoring bullet background papers. Aircraft maintenance is not my specialty. In preparation for today's ceremony, I reviewed Marty's EPRs, and I must confess, it was difficult to decipher the complex tasks he's performed over the years. Therefore, my rendition of Marty's career will be heavily influenced by my limited understanding of torquing internal fuel tubes or time-aligning modules, whatever that means. Can you hear me from the back? Okay. For my own benefit and for the benefit of family and friends present, I'm going to simply refer to Marty's work as fixing engines. Marty has fixed a lot of engines over his 20-year career. He's worked on engines, he's worked under engines, he's even worked inside engines, small engines and big engines, on many types of aircraft, ranging from tankers and transports to fighters. As his sister, I'm privileged to have some background intel on Marty. Intel from the days long before he became Master Sergeant Davis, family stories, and a few secrets that I'm confident he thought were long forgotten. These stories are based on how I remember them. They're based loosely on the truth with only minor embellishments. My comments today will also include references to Nebraska, not just to the beloved state which Marty, Ivy, and I call home, but also to the legendary football team my brother is devoted to. You may say he's a fanatical fan. He knows all Husker trivia. He maintains a Husker shrine in his home. He's even planning to attend every Husker football game this next season while he and Ivy tour the country in their new RV, which, incidentally, plays the Nebraska fight song when you honk the horn. He and Ivy will be dressed for every game in their costumes, bib overalls with the Husker emblem affixed to the front, which Marty insists we all refer to as his uniform. So who was Marty Davis before he entered the Air Force? Born just days before Nebraska crushed North Carolina in the 1977 Liberty Bowl, he grew up in North Platte doing things typical country boys enjoy doing: hunting, fishing, riding horses, building elaborate forts with bales of hay and loose boards in the hayloft, utilizing our grandparents' outdoor lights for target practice with his BB gun, watching Husker football, running cross country and swimming competitively in high school, adamantly avoiding all libraries and museums, getting the snot scared out of him by movies like Disney's Watcher in the Woods, and last but not least, performing donuts and jumping Grandma's 1977 Oldsmobile Delta 88 repeatedly in futile attempts to reenact moves from the Dukes of Hazzard. That all came to an end 20 years ago in July when my little brother left Nebraska to begin his Air Force career. Arriving in San Antonio, he promptly made the most ill-advised introduction possible to the basic training MTIs when he showed up wearing a brightly colored cross-country state championship t-shirt. What were you thinking? As you can imagine, the MTIs were thrilled to have a self-proclaimed long-distance runner in the flight and gave Marty much coveted additional mentorship and opportunities to excel over the next 6 weeks. After basic training, Marty closely considered his career choices and selected the aircraft maintenance profession, an AFSC with a proud history of providing direct support to the warfighter. The Air Force profession, second only to OSI. Like so many before and after, Marty joined our Air Force to serve our country, to learn a profession, and to travel the world. So naturally, his first assignment was Offutt Air Force Base, just south of Omaha, Nebraska, and only 250 miles from home. Marty's operational career began at Offutt in 1997, the same year the Huskers dominated Tennessee in the Orange Bowl under Coach Tom Osborne, securing our 5th national championship. Marty's job during his first assignment can best be described as fixing engines amidst the rolling waves of grain and corn in the U.S. heartland. He consistently returned aircraft engines to service with 0 defects and in far less time than was standard, saving the Air Force over $2 million and 47,000 man-hours on a single project and earning his first quarterly award. He was identified as a top performer by his peers and promoted to senior airman below the zone. For those unfamiliar with the significance of a promotion to senior airman below the zone, only the top 15% of eligible airmen receive this highly competitive early promotion. He was one of the wing's star performers chosen to represent the amazing work being done at Offutt Air Force Base to the ACC Dedalian team. Marty and the other presenters obviously did their job well, because Offutt subsequently earned the ACC Dedalian Trophy in 1999, the same year that Nebraska won its 43rd and final Big 12 championship over Texas. And now for my first story. As a young airman at Offutt, Marty yearned to live off base. After years of pushing for and finally obtaining his commander's approval, he relocated to a cheap studio apartment in an Omaha neighborhood he believed was safe. He quickly learned you get what you pay for. Late one night, he found himself crouched inside the front door of his apartment with his shotgun in hand, on the phone with the police dispatcher. A meth head had mistaken Marty's apartment for his own and was doing his best to break down the front door. The cops arrived in time and gleefully advised the gentleman what had awaited him on the other side of that door. And my penny-pinching brother, realizing the error of his ways, quickly found a slightly more expensive apartment in another, safer neighborhood. Speaking of penny-pinching, I should also tell you Marty still wears the same lightweight blue jacket he was issued at basic training in 1996. He's very proud of that fact. The rest of the uniform has changed over the years, thank goodness, but not the jacket. During his time at Offutt, Marty experienced a life-changing event. While home on leave, he was fortunate to connect with his soulmate, a kindred spirit who shared his outlook on life. I'm going to prompt you here, Ivy. And personal interests, including a love for Husker football. Someone who tolerated his eccentricities and would change his life for the better, Miss Ivy Rossiter. What you may not know is that their history together goes back to when they were kids. Marty first met Ivy in middle school, was immediately smitten and asked her to be his girlfriend. She accepted and they dated for a few months, catching a few stolen moments together after school, attending several dances, and asking friends to secretly pass messages between them during class. Their relationship was going along quite nicely until my scaredy-cat brother convinced his best friend to tell Ivy he was breaking up with her. Again, what were you thinking?
How did she find us out?
I don't know. He sent me a note. He wrote it in a note. Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up. 8 years later, after repeatedly apologizing for his idiotic, crazy, dumb, stupid, goofy, did I say stupid, mistake, Ivy graciously gave him another chance. Married in 2001, Marty and Ivy began their Air Force life together by leaving beautiful Nebraska for the frigid wilderness of Alaska. During the next 4 years at Elmendorf Air Force Base outside the city of Anchorage, Marty fixed engines in the cold while Ivy earned her bachelor's degree in biology from the University of Alaska. Marty excelled yet again. His supervisor described him as self-motivated and highly knowledgeable in all aspects of aircraft maintenance, as evidenced by his 100% pass rate on 28 consecutive quality assurance evaluations. He was credited with returning aircraft to fully mission-capable status, well ahead of schedule, and repeatedly earning zero defect ratings. Marty's oversight of the Maintenance Operations Engine Monitor Program directly contributed to the outstanding rating his squadron received for the 2003 Headquarters AMC Logistics Stand-Eval Program inspection. The command inspectors further identified Marty's zero defect program as an outstanding benchmark for others to emulate. Marty also led the team charged to repair the engines on a C-5 bound for Guam in the wake of a devastating typhoon. His team completed their work in an impressive 90 minutes, enabling the crew to deliver life-saving supplies to the island without delay. Coincidentally, the 2001 to 2004 period was not the best for Husker football. It's my personal belief that was likely the result of the two biggest Husker fans being outside the lower 48. While in Alaska, their family grew by one very large, furry, four-legged puppy named Aspen Aurora, who I know is with us today in spirit and will always hold a special place in their hearts. 2004 was a year of change for Marty, Ivy, and even the Huskers. As Nebraska weathered the dark days of the Callahan era, Marty and Ivy left the beautiful wilderness of Alaska to assume greater leadership responsibilities, fixing engines in the hot desert sands of New Mexico. While assigned to Cannon Air Force Base outside of Clovis, Marty completed his Community College of the Air Force degree, was stratified number 1 out of 12 in his aerospace propulsion section, and was identified as key to his unit earning the 2005 Squadron of the Year award and his wing earning the 2005 Columbian Trophy for military flight safety. He was personally lauded and earned honor roll recognition from the Headquarters ACC Logistics Stand-Eval team for his unparalleled and flawless foreign object debris program. He was subsequently chosen over higher-ranking engine mechanics as his unit's lead technician and selected as his squadron's maintenance professional of the quarter. He was responsible for a 99% maintenance scheduling effectiveness rate for February to April 2007 and earned accolades as a superior performer for his contributions in support of Coronet Roadrunner 2006 to 2007. In 2008, the year Nebraska began its comeback under Bo Pelini and defeated Clemson in the Gator Bowl, Marty and Ivy departed the desert sands of New Mexico for the windswept plains of Kansas. Assigned to McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Marty fixed engines while dodging tornadoes just south of God's country. He was promoted to tech sergeant, assumed greater leadership responsibilities, and was credited yet again with on-target diagnoses and rapid repairs, saving the Air Force millions of dollars and hundreds of man-hours, ultimately achieving mission effectiveness rates consistently over 98%, business as usual for my brother. He was assigned as an aerospace propulsion instructor several years into his McConnell tour and quickly rose through the ranks to non-commissioned officer in charge of the mechanical instructor element. In this role, he led 18 instructors and successfully graduated over 2,700 aircraft maintainers. In 2010, he was instructor of the quarter, then instructor of the year. During the AETC compliance inspection, he was recognized as a superior performer and helped his unit receive an overall outstanding rating thanks to his quality assurance monitoring program and its 20 program strengths. Marty continued to shine as the squadron's 2010 Saigon Award winner, instructor of the quarter again in 2012, and senior NCO instructor of the quarter in 2013. Finally, he was handpicked to lead a crucial 900-hour aircraft engine inspection. His disciplined maintenance practices, resulted in a zero-defect quality assurance evaluation, clinching his group's excellent rating for the 2012 AMC Logistics Compliance Assessment Program inspection. While living in Wichita, Marty found the time between watching Husker football games to go to school and get his degree. Marty graduated cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree from Embry-Riddle. Ivy one-upped him, graduating cum laude with her master's degree in forensic anthropology from Wichita State. Well done, Ivy. They also adopted their second furry four-legged child, Wyatt. I'm told Wyatt is a well-trained hunting dog. At least that's what Marty claims. Unfortunately, Wyatt has lost major cool points, arriving at hunting events sitting in his mommy's lap in the front seat of the car. He's also been known to shake uncontrollably, roll over, and pee on himself at a loud clap of thunder or a sideways look from another, often smaller dog. This actually happened. I should also note Marty has deployed a few times during his career. In 2000, he deployed to Kuwait, where he did not fix engines, but rather served in a force protection role. In 2007, he deployed to Guam, where he fixed engines on the beach. In 2008, he deployed to Qatar, where he fixed engines in the hot, blazing sand. In 2012, he deployed to England, where he fixed engines in the fog. In 2013, the year the Huskers stomped Georgia in the Gator Bowl, and 2 years after moving to the Big Ten, Marty and Ivy reported to their final assignment in North Carolina. I'll be presenting Marty with the Meritorious Service Medal in a few moments, and will allow the medal citation to speak to Marty's accomplishments here at Seymour Johnson. Over the last 3 years, they have met countless new friends, experienced wonderful adventures and challenges, and welcomed a new addition to their family, another furry four-legged kid named Miss Charlotte. Together, Marty, Ivy, Wyatt, and Charlotte have called Goldsboro home. In a few days, they will set sail on a new adventure, visiting Alaska and the lower 48 in their RV, attending every single Husker game this coming season, and enjoying some much-deserved time off. Marty, I can't fully express how much it means to me to officiate at your retirement ceremony. The Air Force represents a significant shared experience between the two of us. It's the only life either of us have known since we left home about 20 years ago. We've both experienced the cultural shock of basic training, the excitement of overseas TDYs to new and exotic locations, the roar of fighters overhead, the thrill of CBTs, the beauty of reveille taps and military honors, unbearably hot summer days in Qatar, and the pride of serving our nation in uniform during a time of war. I'm extremely proud of you and of your Air Force career, and I truly wish you, Ivy, Charlotte, and even Wyatt, the very best in whatever comes next.
Can we clap?
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
Knowing how much you love Husker football, and to mark this very special occasion, Michael and I wish to present you with a gift we all hope will find a special spot in your Husker shrine.
Oh, yeah. And all this is new. I knew nothing, so.
In honor of your 20 years of dedicated and faithful service to our Air Force and our nation, we present this Nebraska football helmet, signed for you by Coach Tom Osborne, a three-time national champion with 255 wins. Coach Osborne regrets he could not be here to present this to you in person, but wanted me to tell you how grateful he is for your service and for your support of the Huskers. On behalf of Coach Osborne and the Husker Nation, go Big Red.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Just on each side, or maybe both of the sides.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah, hang on.
It's a helmet that's dropped.
Well, the case.
I know.
Did you see the front of the case? It has N extra. Yeah.
Testing? All right, I'm live. Good deal. All right, thank you, Colonel Murphy. Everyone, please rise for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal, and reading of the retirement order. Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award, the Meritorious Service Medal, Master Sergeant Marty N. Davis, for meritorious service, 21 June 2013 to 31 July 2016. Master Sergeant Marty N. Davis distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Jet Engine Intermediate Maintenance Section Chief, 4th Component Maintenance Squadron, 4th Maintenance Group, 4th Fighter Wing, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina. During this period, Sergeant Davis showcased exceptional leadership ability when he guided 52 airmen in the production of 127 F-100 Pratt & Whitney 220 engines. His flawless management of the reliability-centered maintenance program allowed time alignment of 331 engine module builds, which were key to the 4th Fighter Wing's time on wing average of 913 engine hours, the highest in the combat air forces. Additionally, Sergeant Davis demonstrated superior investigatory skills when selected as impound official on 12 different engines. He meticulously investigated each engine anomaly and advised group leadership of root causes and the viable fixes. Sergeant Davis worked with the Pratt & Whitney engineering team to investigate an engine burn-through. He diagnosed the source of the problem to a faulty fuel nozzle on the core module, and his findings were shared throughout the F-100 community, preventing further failures. Finally, using remarkable management, Sergeant Davis led his section to the Superior Team Award during the 2015 Unit Effectiveness Inspection. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Davis culminate a distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, 24 April 2016, Shannon M. Cooper, Colonel, United States Air Force Commander, 4th Maintenance Group. Attention to orders. By order of the Secretary of the Air Force, Special Order Number Alpha Charlie 008642, effective 31 July 2016, Master Sergeant Marty N. Davis is relieved from active duty, organization, and station of assignment. Retired effective 1 August 2016 per AFI 36-3203 in the grade of Master Sergeant, and is hereby directed to proceed to his home of selection. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, now begins the gift giving, the presentations. In honor of Sergeant Davis's retirement, we start off with a special certificate to present, which comes from the 43rd President of the United States, which reads, Dear Sergeant Davis, congratulations on your retirement from the United States Armed Forces. I am proud to have served as your Commander-in-Chief, and I am pleased to join your family, friends, and colleagues in recognizing your career and accomplishments. Throughout history, the dedicated men and women of our military have protected our citizens and preserved the ideals that make our country strong. Their courage and sacrifice have inspired countless people and have helped shape America's character. On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank you for your contributions to our security and to the cause of peace and freedom. Your service, patriotism, and selfless devotion have helped advance the universal hope of liberty at home and around the world. Laura and I send our best wishes for health and happiness in the years ahead. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless America. Sincerely, the Honorable George W. Bush, 43rd President of the United States. Every person retiring from active duty is also presented with a special certificate of retirement signed by the Chief of Staff of the Air Force. This commemorates his or her active duty career. It reads as follows: Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents greeting. This is to certify that Master Sergeant Marty N. Davis, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of August 2016. Signed, Mark A. Welsh III, General Chief of Staff, and Mark H. Slocum, Colonel, Commander, 4th Fighter Wing. Next up, we have a letter from the 4th Fighter Wing Commander, which reads, Dear Sergeant Davis, on the occasion of your retirement, I extend my sincere appreciation for your dedicated service to the United States Air Force and for your many years of faithful and honorable service to your country. Your unselfish performance and devotion to duty while assigned to the 4th Fighter Wing contributed to the successful accomplishment of the mission of this organization, a capstone to a proud service career. Your career reflects many notable achievements from 24 June 1996 to 1 August 2016. I know these accomplishments are a source of pride to you, and we hope they will form the basis of a continuing bond with the Air Force in years to come. As you leave the active force, I speak not only for the men and women of the 4th Fighter Wing, but for a grateful nation as well in expressing sincere thanks. I encourage you to continue to participate in service life and to be an ardent supporter of a strong national defense. I extend to you and to your family my very best wishes for success and happiness in the future. Sincerely, Mark H. Slocum, Colonel, United States Air Force, Commander, 4th Fighter Wing. Next up, we have a certificate of appreciation from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, which reads, I am proud to join your friends and family in congratulating you on your retirement from the United States Air Force. The achievements and contributions you have made throughout your career are indicative of the core values of our great service. Your retirement is well-deserved, but your selfless contribution will be sorely missed. On behalf of all airmen, thank you for your faithful and devoted service to our nation. As this chapter in your life closes and a new one begins, I hope the years ahead are filled with more great memories and continued success. Signed, James A. Cody, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. We now have a letter from the 4th Component Maintenance Squadron Commander, which states, Sergeant Davis, on behalf of the men and women of the 4th Component Maintenance Squadron and the United States Air Force, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for 20 years of outstanding service to the Air Force. You have served your country with distinction through ceaseless dedication to duty and countless contributions to the Air Force. Congratulations on your distinguished career. I wish you the very best and hope you enjoy a long, healthy, and happy retirement. Sincerely, Christy L. Mix, Major, Commander, 4th Component Maintenance Squadron. At this time, I'd like to invite Ivy to come forward and join the official party. Ivy will receive a special certificate of appreciation from the Chief of Staff, which also reads as follows. In grateful appreciation, excuse me, the United States Air Force presents this certificate of recognition to Ivy A. Davis for the commitment and numerous contributions that made positive impacts to the nation's defense. Thank you for the support, which gave strength and purpose to your spouse's service. Signed, Mark A. Slocum, Colonel, Commander, 4th Fighter Wing, and Mark A. Welch III, General, Chief of Staff. Don't go, Ivy. We still got more for you. Ivy will next receive a letter from the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. On behalf of all Air Force airmen and their families, the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force presents this certificate of appreciation to Ivy A. Davis. I join your spouse, family, and friends in thanking you for the numerous contributions and sacrifices you made in support of our United States Air Force. Your dedication gave strength, purpose to your spouse's service in defense of our nation. Signed, James A. Cody, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Kingery to come forward to represent the 4th Component Maintenance Squadron's Key Spouses Group. Mrs. Kingery will be presenting the Spouses Medal to Ivy. The citation reads, "The spouse does not wear a uniform, yet they serve their country. They do not acquire nor wear ribbons showing where they have been, yet they go. They did not ask for the duty they perform, yet they unwaveringly serve to the best of their ability. They serve, yet are not honored with trinkets and pieces of cloth showing their service. The burning candle signifies the lonely nights you have spent and that you have kept the home fires burning. A symbol with no beginning and no end, the ring around the candle flame symbolizes the undying flame of love for your spouse. The image of a rose is for the unwavering devotion you have shown for your spouse and their sacrifice to their country. This medal is gratefully given to those that do not ask, those that stay on the home front so that their spouse can serve, for they also proudly serve their country." Thank you.
Let's flip it around so we can get
Next, we have a personal letter of appreciation for Ivy from the 4th Component Maintenance Squadron Commander. Reads, "Dear Ivy, on behalf of the men and women of the 4th Component Maintenance Squadron and the United States Air Force, I would like to thank you for your sacrifices and support during your husband's successful military career. We recognize that in addition to the many joyous occasions an Air Force family is able to share, a military family must also deal with many periods of hardship, uncertainty, and disappointment. Thank you for the many years you have supported Marty and for helping him be the best he can be. May you also enjoy a long and happy retirement with your husband and always carry with you the knowledge that your contributions helped Marty serve his country in such an outstanding manner. Sincerely, Christy L. Mix, Major, 4th Component Maintenance Squadron." Next up, every retiree receives a special retirement pin as a memento of their active duty service. At this time, Ivy will place the pin on Marty's lapel to symbolize the transition from active duty to retired status. Don't draw any blood.
Okay, I'll do my best. No problem. I should have practiced.
And no tagging either. Thank you, Ivy.
Can I go? Okay, thanks.
Well, next up, we will present the shadow box for Sergeant Davis. Over here on stage right, the shadow box also represents one's military career. This shadow box, which represents Sergeant Davis's Master Sergeant stripes, contains several items that reflect and represent his career. The flag that you see there, the American flag, was flown over Memorial Stadium, the home of the Cornhuskers, in Lincoln, Nebraska, in September of 2015. His honor guard, epaulette, or rope, is represented there. It represents the year that he served on the honor guard at Offutt Air Force Base. He has his command emblems representing.
I only asked for one flyby.
He's got the emblems of the ACC, AMC, AETC, and AFCENT, various commands that he has served under. He has his ribbons, his medals, his dog tags. He also has a Pratt & Whitney pin, as well as his alumni pin from Embry-Riddle. And so we hope, Marty, this beautiful flag, this beautiful shadow box brings back many, many happy memories of your Air Force career. Congratulations. At this time, I'd like to invite up to the stage Senior Archuleta, who will make a presentation on behalf of the propulsion flight.
Marty, I feel bad because this whole time I thought you were an Iowa fan. So retirement brings a little bit of nervousness and uncertainty, so we wanted to prepare you for your journey. So we started off with a little suicide knob. Scare you up. And should we come upstairs?
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
What is it?
That's me.
I like it.
And Ivy.
Oh, you want me to come?
And we wanted to prepare you for many a morning.
Many a
Tailgating.
morning?
Many a morning
Oh,
tailgating.
morning tailgate.
Yeah.
Like a different morning. Okay.
Many a morning tailgating.
Yes.
So, and in case you lose your way, we put the 2016 series
Schedule on it.
Schedule
Awesome.
on there for you.
Now, I would like to say, and I didn't ask for this to be on here, but it is missing 2 games.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It's
I
missing.
know what
Don't
you're
worry.
thinking.
Yeah,
Don't
it's missing
worry.
our playoff game
No.
and the national championship.
Sorry, you're not making it. Thank you. Not gonna make it.
Go blue.
And when you decide to grow up and get a real job, you thought you might need a tie
Awesome.
and some socks to match.
I'll be wearing that to church Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. And then a little something to remember the flight by. It says, Master Sergeant Marty N. Davis, the men and women of the 4th Component Maintenance Squadron would like to thank you for your leadership and genuine care and dedication to our mission, but more importantly to our airmen. If Nebraska is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy, then your assignment here was proof that he must feel the same way about props. One might say you're kind of a big deal. We wish you a long and prosperous retirement and safe travels.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Thank you, Senior. Well, I think that almost wraps up all the presentos. With that said, it's my great pleasure to introduce to all of you Master Sergeant Marty Norris Davis, United States Air Force, retired. Floor is yours.
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay. So I thought over and over, what can I say? And I know that other retirees in the crowd feel the same way, but a lot of stuff goes through your head. I'd first off like to thank people for showing up. My mom for showing up, my brother, Kayla, Gib, and of course my wife, Ivy. Wouldn't have missed it. And to all the maintainers, I would like to ask any maintainer to please stand up, because you guys made my job easier here, so yeah. Thank you. I think it's the wind. Thank you very much.
Try it again.
Thank you very much, Tamara. I couldn't have asked for a better person to come speak for me, because when this was going to happen, I wasn't quite sure who I was going to pick. But I was back and forth. I didn't want her to have to work on this. I honestly wanted a cornhole tournament. a barbecue, flip-flops, and shorts.
That's still coming.
Yes, that is coming here in a second. However, I'm glad that they talked me into this because I think I would have regretted every second if this did not happen. So, thank you, Michael. You did an awesome job, and I appreciate everything that you helped set up. And DJ, everybody out here knows that DJ is the biggest character, or one of the biggest characters in the shop. So I thought, who better than to do this? So give DJ a round of applause. And I didn't have any cards, so that is literally it. Mike is going to say one more thing, and then past that, we're going to start. I believe the lines are going to go this around the building, and the food is over here. Grab your chairs, and our tables are over there. The keg has not been tapped. You don't want me doing it because I've done it twice and messed it up twice. So if there's any good people out there that know how to tap a keg, please head over there. So.
And do it quickly, please.
Oh yes, thank you. I almost forgot. All right.
See you, Mom.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
So.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, my wonderful wife, Ivy. Yep. Yep.
All right. Okay.
Marty, that was the most touching speech I've heard.
I'm not good at it. Everybody here knows I'm not good at it, so I did my best.
You did a great job.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost done. The official portion of today's ceremony is concluded. On behalf of Master Sergeant and Mrs. Davis, you are all invited to attend the informal festivities, which will immediately follow. We do have food and drinks. A few adult beverages will be available, from what I understand. I also understand we've got some designated drivers present today. Please make sure to identify yourselves. Please drink responsibly. We're also going to have a receiving line. We hope you all come forward and give Marty and Ivy your best wishes for their retirement. Receiving line is going to start right here in front of me. So your left and right through here, and then off to the food. Before we get to all that.
Before you do that, one thing, sorry.
You bet. Yeah.
Because I didn't make index cards, so I used this. I forgot one thing. Sergeant Mosier did it. I thought it was awesome. So I know I'm out of regs, but.
Oh.
There you go. That's very nice.
That looks terrific, Marty. All right, so one last thing we must do, which is always the case with every retirement ceremony. So with that, I'd like to ask all of you to please rise. Join in for the official playing of the Nebraska fight song. Hit it!
Come on, Joyce! I missed Sergeant Lang. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I should have put index cards down. Thank you.
All right, Lisa, come on up. You're going to lead the group here.